Hey, how's it going, Limitless family? So today we're going to be jumping into God the Father, looking at God as our Father and what does that mean? Remember, we looked at him as the creator last week, and we're going through these different names, these different titles that we give to God. And these first few we're starting off with are so foundational to understanding the relationship, the dynamic between God, our creator, and humanity, between us and the rest of the world and the rest of creation. So we're looking at today going from the creator, remember we ended off the last point last week with the creator. As creator, he owes us nothing. He owes us nothing, yet we owe him everything. And we talked about how this can be a hard concept to grasp because sometimes we want to relate it most closely with a father and a mom who have certain expectations, certain responsibilities that we put on them as a society, and we want to attribute that to a creator, but there's a difference there. And so we're moving today to God as Father. And so kids, we want to hear from you. We want you to talk to us a little bit about the expectations, a little bit about the responsibilities, who you think a father should be, what they should do. We want you to write a list of different words that describe, and you can use short phrases as well, but we want you to just write down as many things as you can describing what a father is, what a father does to you, what that means to you, all right? So write down as many things as you can, and we look forward to hearing those right after we move into and finish up our time of response, all right? So let's look at God as the Father. Let's look at Hosea chapter 11, and we're going to start in verse 1 and go through verse 4. It says this: "When Israel was a child, I loved him, and out of Egypt I called my son. The more they were called, the more they went away. They kept sacrificing to the Baals and burning offerings to idols. Yet it was I who taught Ephraim to walk. I took them up by their arms, but they did not know that I healed them. I led them with cords of kindness, with the bands of love, and I became to them as one who eases the yoke on their jaws. And I bent down to them and fed them." This passage right here describes three things that I really want to point out to help us move into discussion about God as the Father. The word that's used for Father in the New Testament, where God is described as the Father so much because Jesus really helped us to see God as Father. And the word that's used to describe Father is the Greek word pater. And this word pater is, its root indicates factor of nourishment, protection, and upholding. You kind of see this in those verses that we just talked about. And we really want to think about that, especially as we move into this time of response, as we move into this time of discussion about God as our Father. What does it mean for God to be the nourisher? Right? If you look that up, it'll tell you it's someone who provides and gives what is needed for life. He is our nourisher. He's our provider. He's also our protector. The Father is a protector. And then lastly, he upholds. I love in those verses how he describes himself teaching Ephraim to walk, holding him by the hand, right? And it says that they didn't even know it was him who did these things for them, who healed them, who helped them learn to walk. And sometimes that's us. Sometimes we don't realize how present and how active God the Father is in our life. But think about it this way. All the nourishment, everything that you've had in order to live, what you've eaten, what you've drank, the air that you've breathed, right? The ability that you've had to work, to get a paycheck, or for your parents to work and get a paycheck, the food on your table, all these different things, the roof over your house, over your head, all these different things, the clothes on your back. These provisions, these nourishments, so that you could live life. The protector, right? Him protecting us. Sometimes we see the soft underbelly of this life and how jacked up this world is. Sometimes we get a glimpse of that. But oh man, if only we knew all the different things that he's protected us from. And looking back on your life, when you're older, you can look back sometimes and realize, man, I should be dead. But he protected us. And as our upholder, the one who upholds us, gives us strength, the guidance that we need, the ability to learn and grow and move forward. Our upholder. Maybe today you need him to give you some nourishment. You need him. Father, I need you to provide. Maybe today is, Father, I feel like I'm getting attacked from all different areas. There's things coming at me. I need your protection. And maybe it's, Father, I feel weak right now. I don't feel capable of doing the task I have ahead of me. I need you to uphold me. Whatever it may be, take that to him in prayer during this time as we put our focus towards who he is. Let's give him this moment, this time of worship, this time of prayer, this time for us to adore and worship him and for him to speak to us. And then as we come back, we're going to get into talking. And as we do that, as we look at these scriptures, as we talk about them and apply them to our lives, we will build relationships that change lives.
Limitless family, as we enter into this time of response, the song we're about to sing includes the words, "My soul was made to respond." You were created with an inclination to respond to the Word of God, the presence of God. And as we sing and reflect on the name of God our Father, I encourage you to respond to him in song, in writing, in prayer, in gratitude. Let's respond to God our